Yo, what is going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another video. Hello if this is the first time finding the channel. So this episode is going to be me stepping down memory lane, sharing one of my favourite places in the UK with you, which is the Skirrid Inn here in Abergavenny. Now, my apologies about the flickering lights. That's not actually happening in person. I think it's the frame rate on the GoPro, but kind of looks a bit ominous. We'll just roll with it. So I've been coming here for the last 10-11 years. I've actually spent about 33 or 34 nights here, big into the paranormal. I know many of you that's joined this channel over like recent years won't actually know this, but I've investigated the paranormal for 12 or 13 years now. Now when I say that, I do it legit. I'm not like so many of these like teams out there that do it for the clout, get a million views, or this happened, because the truth of it is, I actually don't know if I believe in it, but I'm out there trying to investigate it. And that's why doing what we've done, we've had so many episodes where nothing has actually happened. Then there's been things that have happened and we're a bit like, okay, not saying it's 100% paranormal, but we can't explain it. So we've got the whole place to ourselves tonight. Kurt is over here just doing his little intro. Mr. Lee is inside somewhere. I'm going to be staying in bedroom number 1. We've got bedroom number 2 and bedroom number 3. I have to share this sign with you here. Oh, those cobwebs just make it a little bit better, don't they? You can kind of make it out on there. So the mountain on there is actually behind the trees over there. But let's take you for a little tour around this place, because I love it. I really do love it. So this place dates back to like the 10th or 11th century, I think. It goes back to the days of Judge Geoffrey, which is a judge up in Shrewsbury, used to come down here, because before this was a pub, it was actually a courthouse, and so many people have been hung here. Anyway, look at this. Look at these timbers. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff like this back in the day was off like merchant navy ships, etc. But the views are phenomenal around here. There's my E39, this Kurt's little caddy van. I want to share the back of this property with you. Sorry for any little rain that's dropping on this. I can't help the Welsh summers, you know what I mean?
Another thing, this is connected to Shrewsbury Prison that we went to. That's where Judge Geoffrey's done a lot of his.
It was connected to Shrewsbury Prison, mate. The flickering on this at the minute, I don't know if that's actually happening back home, but the GoPro rates, the frame rates even, I may or may not had about 6 or 7 pints at the point of filming this, but that's all right, we'll roll with it. Anyway, we've got full reign of this tonight until whatever time we want it. So what we're gonna do is I'll like give you a full tour behind the scenes of this property, and we'll also do a little bit of investigating. I've brought some equipment with us tonight. I just want to get your opinions on it back home. Have you ever had a paranormal experience? If you have, drop it down in the comments below and let me know. But yeah, look at this. See the steps here? Back in the day, that's when you brought your horse to the pub, you know? You needed the steps to get back on them. So there used to be a wonderful gold sign running across the front of this building. They actually took it off earlier this year for filming for Young Sherlock, I think it was. And this was actually turned into like a sort of 18th, 19th century doctor surgery, believe it or not, in this little restaurant room here. But don't worry, you'll be having the full tour of this property very soon, and I can't wait to share it with you all. So I was going to say the pub bit is still open at the minute, but let's take you for a little walk upstairs. This noose is wild. Never actually gets old, this. You can see just down here is the old well, which is a bit of a storage cupboard now at the minute, but it is actually, the remnants are still in there. We'll have a look downstairs at the bar area later. Let's go for a little walk up the stairs. Just look at this, right? What I wanted to notice back home was just like the footprints going up and down the stairs, how much it's worn the wood in places. Geezer here has been here for a while. Easy enough to spook you out in the middle of the night, if you know what I mean. But here we go, prisoner cell here, which is actually a bit of a storage cupboard now. This stairs is wild. I hope you're getting this back home, honestly. And the gaps in it. When you turn this upstairs light off in the middle of the night, so all you can see is light just shooting up from there. But yeah, let's give you a bit of perspective of this noose. Look at that. It's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, my room. This is where I always stay. This is room number 1. I love that mirror. Staying here in the summer compared to staying here in the winter are 2 very different experiences. But I've got the lovely 4-poster bed there. You can see the view out here. We literally just stood right down there looking in. There's the sign. The floorboards in here too, wild. But now my bathroom goes down to where the original prisoner cells used to be. And a very 1970s bathroom suite, as you can see. This place just holds so many fond memories for me over the years. The people I've met here as well. Crazy. Now, as I said, the 3 of us here, we're occupying the 3 rooms that are actually here. So we'll go and check out room number 2 next, i.e. Mr. Lee's room. So, you're the boys in here. The floorboards, pretty much wild in here. Now, this is a point of interest. Sometimes you can be doing a bit of an investigation in here. All of a sudden, that happens. Now, so many paranormal teams literally just think that is paranormal. It's not. It's because the way the floorboards are in this property, there used to be duct tape over there. We started that off back in the day, as you can see. Tape that up, it stops it from happening. The boys are having a little conversation amongst themselves there. But I think room 2 in this place is the place that kind of gives me the bad kind of vibes. I don't like it, I really don't like it. So as we go into this bathroom, the 1970s are going to call again. As you can see. Now, many years ago, we were sitting in here doing a visual. There was like a medium and stuff outside. Now, I'm sorry if you don't believe in this sort of stuff. Just stick with me, right? But I was sat in here and I was sort of sensing someone doing this. That's what it sounded like behind me. I kid you not. And I thought, what's that? Anyway, goes back out here. Medium says, there's a maid in there cleaning. Kid you not. So as we keep walking through, now we go into bedroom number 3. This is where Kurt is spending the night. Look at the gaps in this floorboard. I can't wait to share the bar downstairs with you later, because that is some of the best bits in here. But this is bedroom number 3. No matter what time of the year you actually come in this one, it's always warm. You know, the chimney breast from the main bar runs up there, which heats this place. But paranormal, right? Stick with me. I know it's like a 50-50 divide. Some of you believe in it, some of you don't believe in it. And that's completely fine. We're all entitled to our own opinions. I must have been about 6 or 7 years of age. You know, when you were younger, well, I used to anyway, not if it's a generational thing. When you were unwell as a child, you used to like stay in your parents' bed, right? So I was either sleeping with my mum or my dad and you were unwell. Anyway, this one, I don't even know what time of year it was, but I was unwell, so I was sleeping with my dad. Now, I grew up in a very old Victorian house, 1800, something like that. And my parents' bedroom used to be completely opposite a landing, kind of that sort of vibe. You step down into the bedroom. Now, for whatever reason, in the middle of the night, I woke up and I looked directly opposite the bed, and I saw a guy standing there with a moustache, glasses, black hair. And I thought to myself, right, okay, as a kid, you sort of completely panicked. I put the blanket over my head and I said nothing. Next morning, I think I had a bit of a chat with my parents about it. Nothing more was said about it. A couple of weeks later, visiting my mum's uncle. Now, he had a sort of like old terraced house. Bathroom was upstairs. Now, as I was walking up this stairs, for whatever reason, I clocked a guy in the photograph on the left-hand side. Now, the guy in the photograph was the guy I saw standing at the bottom of the stairs. And this is the God's honest truth, right? Turns out is my great-grandpa. sort of great-grandfather, depending who you are in the world. So, yeah, that's always stuck with me, and I always kind of seen her as a bit of a guardian angel in a sense, I guess. And that's what got me interested in the paranormal. But I've had a few different experiences over the years, and like growing up watching like Ghost Adventures, Most Haunted, etc. I've always had a keen eye to just come out and just do it and investigate these places and just see if there is anything on the other side. And as I said, if something happens, I don't quite say it's 100% paranormal or not, but it just makes me question it. So over the years, we've investigated a lot of places around the UK, the world, etc. A lot of famous places and a lot of new places. Numpty Beer has been along for quite a few, of them.
Room.
You don't like this room?
No.
Well, this is the room you're sleeping in tonight.
I know, I'll take one for the team, but...
So this room, they say there's a maid here, Fanny Craddock. She's actually buried in the graveyard 5-10 minutes walk down from here. Now I know on a personal level we were using a device on a laptop called an Alice device, which has like so many names programmed into it, if you like, and something was happening, words were coming through, and it speaks in like sort of robotic voice. Anyway, I said, "Old Crow, are you here?" And the next minute it came through on there, "F you." But actually swearing I can't do it because of YouTube. And a completely different demeanour to what the rest of the conversation, chat, or words were. Believe it or not, that happened. Anyway, that's me giving a bit of a ramble, bit of a backstory about myself, why I'm interested in the paranormal. As I said, I've chose just to keep my mouth closed about it on this channel because of the divide with it. So I don't expect you to believe in it. If you do, just share some things. Why do you believe in it? What's happened? What have you seen? You know what I mean? Anyway, let's go and have a look downstairs. So, what's in the bag, you might say? I know we haven't gone downstairs yet. We're still waiting for things to close. However, this is like 5% of the equipment that we normally have. This is just a friendly tonight, but I wanted to bring some things along. I don't know why that is on, but it's on. Still full, but that's recent. Okay, not saying that's paranormal, but that shouldn't have been on. Just got some fresh batteries and things. I did actually change the batteries and everything before we actually rocked up here as well. So we've got the REM pod. Now the REM pod is something that I've had this for too long. The aerial's actually gone missing on it too. But the REM pod is something, see there's a temperature control here as well. But the thing is, you leave that in the middle of the room, they say spirits can go near it. That sort of thing, you know, closer you are, and you can sort of like direct it for where you actually are going to it. If you believe that or not, it's all like EMF fields, magnetic fields, etc. I start working. That was actually charged earlier as well. New batteries in it. That one works. There we go. Infrared light, simply because in the night, when we film with cameras, especially night vision, if you, for argument's sake, leave a glow ball there, it's not so harsh on the camera if you see it moving, etc. See, I'm explaining everything here with you now. Cat balls are always good. Not that one anymore, apparently. That was a flash up light one. Then you've got a little plug-in speaker to go on that, so you can make it a little bit louder. And the last thing I brought with me was a K2. Now a K2 device is something that you can walk around, you know, you can sort of like pick up any Wi-Fi cables, any electric cables. A lot of ghost hunters, right, when they do this, they'll have that there. They'll have their phone on like Facebook Live. See? The phone is setting that off. That's rubbish. That's not paranormal. But you can see them doing it. So let's just leave that phone there. But like Wi-Fi will set this off. Boiler cables will set this off. Now if I remember rightly, bedroom 2 used to have a wild EMF in the wall areas. Is that still here? Or was that gone? Pretty much gone, which is good. Let's dip into bedroom 3. But like what you can do with this is, in theory, you can sit and have a conversation with said spirits. Is there anyone there? You know, yes, no answers. If there is, hit the red light on this, that kind of thing. That's what the K2 is pretty much good for. But as you can see, pretty much flat as I'm walking around at the minute. Downstairs in the bar, this thing will go wild because of all the bar pumps and the Wi-Fi router. And we'll go back to doing the test as soon as this goes near the phone. And you turn the phone on. That's what I want to do with the paranormal. I want to be legit, as we've always been for the last 11 years, and try and disprove stuff. Do I light up with a bit of a... Oh. So it's about that time. The pub downstairs closes at 11 o'clock. Let's go and see what we can see. By the way, the boy said to me as well about my mistake earlier. For the last 10, 11 years I've been coming here. I keep saying Fanny Price in there. It's called Fanny Craddock.
No, it's called Fanny Price.
Yeah.
You're calling it Fanny
That's
Craddock.
what I just said, with it?
You just said.
So it's about that time. We can finally go and see the bar. It closes at 11 p.m. It is literally just rocking up to 11 now. It sounds pretty quiet downstairs, so let's go and have a look. Also, the boys pointed out a little mistake I made earlier on in this video. For the last 10, 11 years I've been coming here. When we go into that room, I keep saying Fanny Craddock. It's not, it's Fanny Price. It's one of those things that just naturally comes to me. But anyway, here's a prisoner's cell. For any of you that used to watch Most Haunted back in the day, Derek Okora actually sat on that windowsill and did a little piece to camera up here. Oh, all the lights are off as well. Right, let's get a... I left my torch upstairs, but let's just get a little phone light on for this now. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll come through and we'll flick some lights on in here, and then we can see exactly what's going on.
Here's the main bar area.
Here we go. So they've recently had a new bar put in. However, the bar is basically well, I wouldn't say a replica, but it's like it used to be back in the early 2000s, because the old one used to be cutting across here. But what I will be doing is pour a little pint later, because I go, that's such like of a good rapport with everyone here. I can just, you know, kind of do what I want, write down, be honest about it. And yeah, but here's the little downstairs area. So this is the main bar. You can see the little stuff up here. Every time I come here, I have to do this. I'll do it gently though, just because the lady is sleeping in the bungalow, the owner, Emily. But I love all the old like scripts on the wall. It just adds a little bit, doesn't it? You have the gents' toilets down here. As you walk through then, I love these two here. Brilliant. Like old little articles and stuff. Look how different they used to look there. That's got to be what, 70s, the way the Triumph Stag is and all that there, isn't it? There's no date on the actual thing. As you walk in, oh, they've actually decorated this in here. Put a different carpet too. The bar has been done in here as well. A couple of old bits on the wall here. Another fireplace. This place in the winter, as I said, is a different vibe. This is a bit of fun for the night as well. We'll be doing this later. There's a couple of darts floating around. They ain't that great, but it's a bit of fun. There's a couple of flights there. What are you saying, boys and girls? This is a completely different type of video, but I want to share everything with you on this channel. So we'll go through to where the boys are now. They do obviously doing their little videos too. Love this little seating area here. So one of the first times I was actually in here, a medium said to me a couple of things that was sort of like, well, how can I even put it into words? Well, obviously, as you know, well, for those of you that do know, I buy and sell vintage toys. Now, she said to me, it was like 3-4 hours in, and I wasn't meant to be here on this night, because I even gave her like a fake name, because it was one of the boys' friends who were doing it. He couldn't do it, so I came along. And she said to me, I have to stop you. There's a little boy been following me around all night. He's asking, can he play with you dinky toys? Work that out. So she sat me down and did a bit of a reading in here. Now this is one of those things you might think I'm crazy. We were sat over here, and there was like a cat ball on here which was going off, and it rolled off the table. And as you can see, as you would come down to here, the way this floor is, you'd expect the ball to like sort of land in this area. You can see the way it is. It didn't. It went up there. Now again, not saying that's paranormal or not, but it was a wild experience. Now as we go through, you've got another little area you can sit down in here. All this new bar area is beautiful, to be fair. You've got the main restaurant. This is where you have Sunday lunch. This is where you have breakfast in the morning. Bit of breakfast already sat out for us, like the three of us here. I'm guessing this is where we're going to be sitting. But what a lovely room. So yeah, as I said earlier on the start of the video, when they were filming Sherlock Junior or whatever it was, they actually turned this into a bit of a doctor's surgery, which is cool. And as you go through, these are all light switches. Love those. You can dip down in here. You go into the kitchen. This is where we don't mess around with it because it goes into the bungalow. That's actually attached. The ladies' toilets. But what a cool experience. We might be able to get a little look inside this now. This was the old original well down there. Well, I know. God, you can feel how cool it is coming through there, man. That's crazy. So this is a full tour of the Skirrid Inn, behind the scenes, if you like. We're gonna have a little look around now. Might do a little bit of investigating, get a couple of things out. Now I know GoPros are not great in the dark, but in theory, if a spirit is gonna happen, doesn't need the lights out. You know what I mean? So we'll see what we get up to. Boys, you got any thoughts?
Oh, not really, it just feels like home. Yeah, it's practically my regular, so I got mixed feelings on it.
It is the regular. Is that the Devil's Cup up there?
Oh yeah, that is the Devil's Cup.
So Derek Akora, when he came here and did the episode, they filmed this and he said this is the Devil's Cup. How does it feel to be older than Devil's Cup? Madness. But yeah, this will always be a special place for us because this is where Forsaken Paranormal, our paranormal team, this is where the basis of it was founded.
Absolutely.
This is where I want to say.
Day where we had the idea to
Post event.
to do this for ourselves, yeah, under a different name, and we've involved in that. But yeah, we've done this place a few times. And it's nice to come full circle.
It is,
yeah.
and this is obviously the first time I met you.
Yeah.
Which is pretty
9
cool.
Years ago. Yeah.
9-10 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Scary how quick time is going. So yeah, this will always be a special place for us. I love being here, and tonight it's really awesome just to have a bit of a friendly, low-key investigation for an hour or two, and just chill and just take it all in and just see what happens. Because many people go places investigating. Imagine what it's like just going somewhere, hanging out, and then just sort of picturing, will something happen? Won't it happen? You know what I mean? So here we go, we're gonna go lights out in a minute. We're just setting up some equipment. REM pod is over here, which was kind of almost detecting a little green there a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is reset that before we even start. Because I did walk up to it for the purpose of this. Little bit of a glow ball going on in here, which will be illuminated when it goes dark, so if anything does fall off, we'll see that. REM pod is doing bits. That seems like a temperature change. Interesting. Let's turn the temperature off on it. So the lads are over here. Mr. Lee's going to be using the proper night vision camera for our Forsaken Paranormal channel, which is coming back. I'm very excited about it. Look at our old school logo as well. I used to have a hoodie. I've gone grown since then. It doesn't fit me, you know. REM pod's doing stuff. Kurt's also got a REM pod, which is going somewhere. Where's your REM pod?
Behind you.
Behind me. There we go. So it's going to be the same sort of thing. Red lights on that one. So let's go lights out. That's doing something, man. That is over there. It's beeping. You ready, boys?
Yeah, I might be a GoPro on.
We're now lights out. I know this is going to be terrible for you to see back home, so I'm not going to film a whole lot of it, just because of how terrible these GoPros are in the dark.
Well, the infrared just kicked in by the bell.
The bell infrared, that's going to be a CCTV camera.
Yeah.
Our GoPro's flickering over there, so I'm going to grab a seat over here. Our GoPro, that REM pod.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm going to turn this off. And we're going to
I'm here pretty much for the same reasons, really. Just want to know if there is a life after death kind of thing. Yeah, just don't be shy. Come forward. I appreciate it may take a lot of energy to like manifest or even move something on the bar for us, or to talk for a device in front of us. Just for people at home, this may be coming across on screen. You're getting some kind of visual interference on the bar area. I think that's because I've got the IR light and the security camera looking straight at this, so I think it's to do with that, with the spots appearing on screen. But yeah, if we can all be quiet for a minute now and see if anything comes through on the spirit box. That's the device on the table here, folks. It's not going to hurt you. Just walk up and say something to it.
Judge Jeffries, are you here this evening? Do you feel bad about all the sentencing that you did here? Any inmates? Were you wrongly accused? Maybe you committed those crimes. Do you regret it? Maybe you want to walk towards that bar area and use one of the devices to let us know that you do. Yeah, K2's on the pump on the right, yeah.
So for the purposes of the video, just below the bell and to the left, you may be able to see like a green pinprick light. That is the K2 device. It detects energy, electromagnetic fields, so if anything passes that, it will shift through the colour spectrum all the way up to red.
So let's try this a different way then. Do you not regret those crimes? Are you happy that you did what you did? Walk towards that bar, please. Touch something. Let us know that you're here with us. You were doing so well. I know you're still around here. If you're struggling to do anything more than the amber light, maybe can you do that again for us, please? When you're doing so well. Thank you very much.
Rewind again now.
Okay.
Really appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm just going to get up and move just now that we know.
Oh, that was great. Thank you very much again.
Oh. That was me. Are your phones in flight mode, folks?
Yeah, we're all in flight mode. So that literally just might have been coincidence, as you've seen. However, it might be something telling us to go upstairs. So at this moment in time, we're going to head up to one of the bedrooms. Do you want to start in bedroom 1? And then we'll just filter through all of the rooms.
Fell up the stairs.
I had you on camera doing that, sir. Or we can just skip bedroom 1 and go straight to bedroom 2, whatever you'd fancy.
Oh, Kurt's going to bedroom 1 now.
Let's do bedroom 1.
He's running into bedroom 1.
So this is where I'm going to be spending the evening. We'll set some stuff up and then we'll get these lights out. So we are now lights out in bedroom 1. Don't forget, this is the old courthouse cells down there.
So, I don't really turn it off.
On the top, Mr. Lee. Yeah. Like a lamp normally turns off, you know?
No, I don't, see?
like that. Right, so... Oh,
Yeah, it's chair there.
there is a chair there. So bedroom 2, here we go. Bedroom 1, my room, pretty flat. Happy about that, personally. Room 2, never like it. Let's do it. So, spirits, friends, we're now in bedroom 2. I personally, I wouldn't say I'm afraid, but this room, I never get a good vibe in it.
No?
So, do you want to like live up to, you know, to the past and maybe just, you know, come and have a chat with us? Let us know that you're here. That would be awesome. Right, so we are leaving bedroom 2. I won't say it's paranormal, but we heard a couple of interesting things. We heard like a female voice coming from outside there. So I have to check the Forsaken episode out. Lee's infrared camera hopefully captured. Oh, touched my foot a little bit there. Hopefully captured it a little bit better. But we're going into bedroom 3 now. This is a room Kurt doesn't like. Drop that.
I just think it's a little claustrophobic. I don't think there's anything paranormal why I don't feel like.
Well, it's a smaller room, isn't it? So they say this is Fanny Price's room. And the old Crow episode in here before. We've got one REM pod there. Where's your REM pod?
Mine's left out there just in case.
Okay.
In the corridor.
So there we go. We had a real quick investigation this evening. The only negative thing about investigating a place like this is actually just staying there tonight. Now, you know, when you want to try and switch off and have a good sleep. However, there's never no negative vibes, especially not in room 1. This is a different type of video. I hope you've kind of enjoyed this. A little bit of a insight into another hobby of mine. And I said it's not a new thing. It's just something we've been doing for like, well, over 10 years now. I've already said in this video. I'm going to try and get some sleep. I'm going to get up in the morning, have some breakfast. I'll also do a little bit of an update to this, how I slept, if anything happened in the night, that sort of thing. As I said, we do it legit. You know, there's no faking or rubbish on there. So, I don't know. I'll see you at breakfast. So there we go. We've spent the night. I slept so good. The sun was literally beaming through at me first thing. And I thought it was a lot later than what it actually was. But look at the view out here this morning. Love her up there with the Skirrid Mountain. How did you sleep?
Yeah, alright. I expected the way I
Slept the way you expected. We're going to wait for Mr. Lee now. He's got his alarm set for like another 25 minutes. We're probably going to go
I
downstairs.
don't sleep good in new places. It takes a day or two.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And the first time in nearly 10 years of coming here, I've slept. Yeah, I've never slept here, have I?
That bed. I thought the mattress was a bit hard, but you know what? It must have been about 5 minutes. I was just gone. All thoughts were gone and was just chilling. So yeah, let's go get some breakfast. So there we go, boys and girls. We had breakfast. I forgot to actually film it, but here's a photo. Because I was actually on BBC Worcestershire and Hereford Radio talking about a barn collection. So that was quite interesting. But let's wrap this up. Don't forget, head on over to Forsaken Paranormal. I'll put a link in this bio. There's going to be some things coming on there. But it was nice just to have a non-official kind of, you know, a bit of downtime, couple of beers with the boys, do a slight bit of hunting. And it's always good to come back to where it started. Again, a completely different type of video. Apologies if you don't like this kind of stuff. You know, you follow me for the cars, as well as doing all of that, which will still be coming. Don't worry, I like to document my life and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, boys and girls. Oh, I wobbled a little bit. Until next time, I shall see you in another video very, very soon. You know exactly what to do. And it's a pleasure to share the journey with you.